Hey, this is Redbeard coming to you live from the Real Famous Comedy Store for a brand new episode of Kill Tony. Here's Tony Hinchcliffe.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. Hello. Keep it going for Brian Redband in the house. Fucking, we're all here. Happy Monday. Ryan J. Ebelt is here drawing tonight's episode. The Kill Tony poster. You guys ready to have a crazy fucking night or what? Come on, you could do better than that. You guys ready to blow off on this Monday night? That was still only half decent, but I'll accept it. We have so much fun stuff going on, a ton of it, a butt ton of it in our other lives as stand-up comedians. I'm doing the Monster Energy Outbreak Tour. That means that I'm going to rock venues and theaters the entire month of August, continuously doing my own shows. It's insane. My friends over at Monster Energy Drink decided to put me on tour. So how cool is that? So check out those dates. All tickets go on sale this Wednesday. Red Band.
Hey.
How's life going?
Great, man. Had a camera and an iPad just break right before the show.
I love it.
So I'm DJ iPhone tonight.
There we go. Technical difficulties are amongst us. That's always fun. What do you say we bring up tonight's guests? I'm down for that. You guys like some of the funniest comedians in the world? People that I love? Put your hands together for the great Daniel Van Kirk and Pauly Shore! Yeah! Come on, Pauly Shore and Daniel Van Kirk!
Hey, everybody!
On a special cool post-Mother's Day episode, the son of the owner of this building, the great Mitzi Shore, Pauly Shore, is amongst us. The second time on the show, the new Crackle Show, Pauly Shore podcast.
Yes, it's on Crackle right now. I don't know if you know this, there's going to be a poll in the middle of the room pretty soon. We're going to be doing strippers on, what is it? What day did you say you wanted to do it? Tuesdays?
This is...
No.
Whatever you want. Yes.
Yeah, okay. I remember, can I just do a little history of this room really quick? Because when I come in this room, I feel a little history.
Let's hear it.
There used to be this gay dude that used to sit over there. His name was Falstaff. And he was this like openly gay like host guy. And he used to, comedians used to come up here and they would have to like blow him to like get stage time.
Wow.
Back in the 80s. It was pretty cool. So
The good old days.
I blew him a couple times.
You did? You did?
Yeah,
Your
I
mom
did.
owns the club, Pauly.
Yeah, but I like to blow fat, chubby gay dudes sometimes just to do it. So,
For those of you that
pretty cool.
don't know how you wouldn't know this, if this is your first experience in live
why
comedy,
is this
then
guy
maybe...
writing shit? What the fuck you writing, bro?
Oh, Pauly, that guy's drawing tonight's episode. While we all sit here being lazy, he's
Courtroom artist.
He's performing actual art. For those of you that have been hiding under a rock and know nothing about comedy, Pauly Shore, on a special shout out on post Mother's Day, Kill Tony. His mom is Mitzi Shore, literally the queen of all of comedy. Built this place, every room in it, way back. 1972.
This was the room. I don't know if you guys know. This is the room. The belly room is the room that Whoopi Goldberg got discovered by Steven Spielberg for the movie Color Purple. Steven Spielberg was sitting right up there,
blowing Falstaff.
Wow! And who knows? The next Steven Spielberg might be sitting up there right now.
So this room.
Oh, wait a second. No, that's Aphrodite sitting there instead. One of our favorite characters on the show.
I've never heard that. That's
it's
awesome.
a special room. Yep, it's an awesome room.
I'm excited. Thanks
for having us.
Of course, yeah.
We're a team. We're going on the road now.
I love it.
Yep, that's good. Yeah.
Daniel Van Kirk, I absolutely love your work with the Sklar brothers.
Thank you.
What?
Oh, what's going on? Whoa.
Cocktails are being served.
Oh, look at this.
Where's my soda?
Yeah, the Sklars and I have a...
Oh, that's cool. Another thing definitely worth mentioning is that a ton of our friends on a show that's pretty much loosely based on the story of this club and all of comedy, a lot of our friends wrote for and are starring in Showtime's new show, I'm Dying Up Here, and that's coming out June 4th on Showtime.
I have a couple comments about that show.
Yeah?
Yes, it's based on the club and my mom, so, I mean, I think I would know the fucking real story.
Whoa.
Yeah, but I'm not going to say it because that's another show we'll talk about. This is about bringing up the other comedians.
I love that. Thank you, Pauly. I was just getting to that. I love that.
Private.
We also have we have a band. Have you been on the show since we had a band? Was it a robot
I think
last time you were on?
this is your 210th show, correct?
211?
212.
212.
I was on your 6th show.
Is that true?
That's long since I've been on the show. I was on number 6.
Well,
So,
Pauly, it feels like yesterday.
yeah.
You guys ready to meet the band? Every single week, the band comes out and they do different characters sometimes. They commit sometimes throughout an entire episode. Put your hands together for the Kill Tony band. Tonight, it is Pat Reagan and Joel Jimenez. Reagan and Jimenez. Oh, shit. It feels like it's very reggae. Oh! Pot dealers.
He just came.
Wow, you guys are like from Jamaica?
Jobless, jobless.
Wow, I
I just came from Dean's up north.
We forgot our wigs at home, man. We had to improvise in the back.
Wow.
It looks like you stuck veggie fries into your hat.
That's what it is.
Necessity is the mother of invention.
Quick shout out to Pauly Shore, huge fan of Biodome, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You guys just got that down there in Jamaica, huh?
Oh yeah, shout out to the Jamaican bobsled team as well, man. My lucky egg.
No Jeremiah Watkins this week. I love this setup that you guys have. Joel Jimenez is on the standing stool.
Oh yeah, Jeremiah's by the rivers of Babylon, man.
It's always amazing to me how you guys are able to drag these characters out. It's going to be interesting to see how these reggae gentlemen develop throughout an hour and a half long show.
Dude, I love reggae, authentic reggae, you know, like Sublime, Slightly Stupid, No Doubt.
See, so for example, that's like 3 more references that he just lost right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yellow Man.
4. Put your hands together for the great Josh Martin.
Josh.
Running around. I'll have it. You know what, Josh? I'll have a drink too. Everybody seems to be letting it rip tonight, so let's fucking do it. I am now going to explain the show very quickly. If you guys aren't fucking idiots and you don't know what goes on here, a bunch of people sign up for the show. People that want to get pulled out of a bucket and perform for 60 seconds in front of you, in front of us. Maybe find out something about themselves. Maybe we learn about them. You just go from being a performer to a guest on the show in 60 seconds.
Wow.
You know your 60 seconds is up when you hear the sound of a kitty. That means wrap it up then, or else you're going to bring out the angry West Hollywood bear. That's how it works. You don't want to hear that thing, or you fucked up. You guys ready to start the show, or what? All the pieces are in place. This is episode 212. Of Kill Tony, celebrating its 4-year anniversary this June here at the Comedy Store. All right. First name out of the bucket, put your hands together for Tim McGorry. Here he comes.
Cry. Yeah, man.
Tim McGorry, everyone. Come on.
The microphone's not
Is it
working.
not on?
Yeah, we got to fix the mic.
I could project.
Oh,
There we go, yeah.
Put your hands together for Tim McGorry, everyone. Yeah.
Positivity! Thanks, guys. Been working a lot of subversive dick jokes recently. Things you don't see coming, like when ghosts fuck. Thank you for laughing at that well-placed joke. The 50 Shades of Grey sequel just got released on Blu-ray this week. I'm not sure what that is. I smoke a lot of weed. I thought 50 Shades of Grey was about the guy who invented the color printer. Another solid, strong effort from this old guy. Yeah. Good Lord. Suddenly the mind went blank. Was not expecting to get up. Yeah, you know? Jesus Christ. I'm totally farting right now. Trying to remember some dumb shit from my act. Oh, I'm halfway through season 5 of Mad Men. Anyone watch Mad Men still? Halfway through season 5. I don't know much about American history, but I think this Bobby Kennedy guy's got a shot at the nomination. This an adorable.
That's what you were trying to remember that whole time? Is that one? Tim, that was a beautiful disaster.
Thank you, thank you, Tony.
Now I know what 311 was talking about all this time.
Just trying to come original, man. Just trying to come original.
Oh, you guys, that was a shout out for my reggae friends over there. That, by the way, that's another reference they just lost. That was going to come later on.
Authentic reggae.
Authentic. 311. Tim, what's up, bud? What went wrong there? You said you weren't expecting to get up.
So many things. Yeah, I was like, I usually come and sign up, and I never get called. So off the gate, off the jump, I was like, you know, I wrote a shitty Postmates joke. I was like, maybe I'll lead with that, but it was still. There are many things that could be said about what went wrong.
Did you do the shitty Postmates joke?
No, I did not. No,
What's that? Go ahead, do it.
What is it? I thought I just got I haven't had a smartphone for years.
Yeah.
And I got what is Postmates when you get a hand
Yeah,
job
the guy that invented the printer.
yeah. Is Postmates when you get a hand job from an Australian mailman.
Postmates.
Appropriate.
Wow,
sound effects.
that's barely a joke, man.
I do agree with that.
Yes.
I do agree with that.
Tim, how long you been on stand-up?
Oh, this is gonna be. I gotta start lying about this. My first show was 11 years ago.
Oh man, when was your second show? Tonight?
Ayo. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
yes.
well, there were some positives.
I just wish you would have kept doing what you were doing.
No, because things weren't landing how you wanted them to, but you regrouped and refound it. We're not gonna like pretend that it went where you wanted it to go when you found it.
You know.
But I'll give you that. And I think that if you could just say to yourself at the end of the day, like, I put myself out there and I went on stage and I signed up for something that I wasn't prepared to do.
11 years, but wasn't prepared to do.
1 minute. 1 minute.
60 seconds. 11 years.
No, but I'll give you that, man. You had to refine it, and you did.
Thanks.
I'm really trying to not be mean.
No, be mean.
You can be mean.
You can say anything you want.
What you found wasn't good. But that's okay. Like
Next time,
you
by the
still
way-
like that shitty feeling of like, where the fuck was I? So I'm glad you were able to get back to it. I just wish what you had gotten back to was worth it.
Pauly Shore, you were born and raised in this club. Like, I mean, basically.
He could probably get a spot here if Falstaff was here and he could blow him. If
The joke sucked,
Well,
but
no,
I suck a
remember,
mean
that's
cock
what
there,
I'm
Paul.
saying. You did pretty good. But the thing that I did like about him is I always like when a stand-up goes on stage and something doesn't work and they admit that it's not working, and so that's cool.
You did
I think
acknowledge
that's
it
good.
well. Like,
yeah,
for a
you
second, I
acknowledge the
thought-
fact that you were eating shit, and which is good.
Yeah.
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 There's 11
I
years
think-
of precedent there, so there's a lot to say.
Well, like, what else have you been doing over that 11 years? Where did you start at?
I started doing something from New York. Started on Long Island doing shows like open mics out there.
How long did you do it in New York?
I did it in New York. Like Pops was sick for a while, so I did it when
Pops
I can.
was sick?
Pops
Wait a
was
second.
sick. We tried to find the time we could for comedy and
Let's talk
put
about it.
her family responsibilities before
Pops
personal
was
career.
sick.
Pops was sick.
Had the cancer. But no, I did it for like went to UCB.
You should have brought that up in your 60 seconds. Would have really lightened the mood.
Worked Eastville. I don't know. Was it Eastville a lot? Other clubs.
And then when did you come out here?
Came out here 4 years ago. Got a production job, editing and doing punch up.
He's an editor. He can work here. He can help you with the videos, bro. That's always
anytime,
good.
baby.
I'm
Yeah.
just telling you. Remember
I got
last time
Premiere
we
on
hired
deck, man.
How many years experience do you have video editing?
I started in high school, so I'm 31 now. So.
Are you Final Cut or are you?
I'm more. It's gone downhill
Premiere.
since 7. It's gone downhill
Windows
since
Movie
7.
Milk Maker.
Avid.
Premiere's better. Premiere's better.
Can I say also? I felt like.
Send me your reel. Anyways, go on.
I mean,
I don't think people-
anything that works for a stand-up. If it works, it works. But it kind of felt like to me that your jokes were a little bit more like tweets.
Yeah, you're
than
right.
they were like stand-up
Sure,
jokes. Like there
yeah.
wasn't like a full premise. It was.
Let me put it this way. Fuck those jokes. Let's go back to your time in.
That works. That works.
Let's go back to your time. Like, so how long was New York? Exactly.
New York was like
ballpark.
like when
Ballpark.
Like yeah, it's like 7 years. You know?
So then where'd you go?
and then I went here.
Seven.
So you've been here for
4. Yeah.
and have you been doing stand up for those 4 years?
I've been doing stand-up. First year was kind of light, sort of dipping my toes back into it, because the last like 5-6 months I wasn't doing as many shows out in New York, and then about for the last 2.5 years I've been hitting like mics every night and working on
last 2 years.
stuff.
What else do you do? What do you do for fun?
Not I don't know. Go to a movie. fucking shit.
Edits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever
This is-
cut yourself?
Well said. Probably. I also work. I work in a marijuana co-op, and
Yeah, man.
that's,
And that's when the band got on board.
I love your act, man. You're going places.
here you go, guys. There's some vape heads for you.
Oh shit, I like this
Wow.
guy even
Wait
more.
a second. Is that an actual Ziploc bag?
Yeah.
Wow. That's
Ziploc bag with two.
what kind of co-op are you? Whose apartment are you running this co-op out of? Who has an actual Ziploc bag of pot? Is that a special strand from 1994?
No, it's a special strand called Pops is Sick.
All one word, all lowercase.
Tim, what's your love life like for an editor that likes to go to a movie once in a while?
It's going good. You know, it's all right. You know, some girls in my life.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's all right.
You consider yourself a player?
No, man.
Just crush a lot.
I like
Yeah.
music. No, it's like there's this thing where like when most nights that like I don't want to do all highfalutin shit, but like most nights when you're doing stand up and you're around other female like stand up comedians, like really you're like trying not to like hit on them and trying to give them like the creative space to do what they got to do. So
Good.
that doesn't really come first like most nights. It comes
where
like
do you
fourth
live?
or fifth. I live in West Hollywood right now.
I thought you were going to say, that doesn't come first. I do.
Hey.
Who do you live with?
My buddy G right now. And then
G.
I'm moving down to a place off what is it, Santa Monica.
G?
and
Like
Vermont.
G-Love and
That's-
special sauce?
Yes, G Love. G-Easy.
Well, can I give you just friendly
that a-
advice? You could take it or leave it.
Sure, go ahead, bud.
The last two questions Paul asked you, you included the words right now. Never do that in any answer. No, nothing is going good for anybody who caveats it with right now.
Oh yeah, no,
Where am I
next
living?
week.
Right
yeah,
now?
see, there you go. Yeah.
As
Just
opposed
be like,
to tomorrow?
Yeah, like, hey, you still,
Right
you still
now
in med
I'm here.
school? Actually, right now, I'm not in med school.
It's a solid point.
What does G do for
Are you
a
and
living?
Sarah still together? Actually, right now, we're not together.
What is
I wasn't listening, but it sounded funny.
He works for the production company.
What does he do?
He's a photographer, director of photography.
Oh.
Does like remote stuff. So
Very cool.
Yeah.
What ethnicity is G?
Puerto Rican, very angry person.
Ah. Well, then what's it like living with a Puerto Rican? What's the difference between
It's,
living with
Loud.
Yeah, there's never any like really. There's never any really
Is
nice.
that a Puerto Rican thing?
nice
A whip?
fun text like that's usually complaining about like the amount of water on the water bill, and it's like every time you take a shit, you got to turn the nozzle off. in
Is
the
that your
bathroom.
Puerto Rican accent you
Yes,
just did?
apparently.
Every time I take a shit,
I got Puerto Rican.
I used to live with two Puerto Ricans. Does your whole place smell like their food?
No, we
I feel like your whole
breakfast
I
food,
feel like
so
your
it's
whole
usually
place
just,
smells like
bacon.
your food by the looks of you.
Eggs and ketchup.
Eggs and ketchup.
Right now.
Terrible. eggs, ketchup,
Yeah, right.
and eggs.
Right now, what am I eating for breakfast?
Not happening.
Right now, I'm actually eating a lot of eggs and ketchup, but I mean, I like
Eggs
other
and
foods.
If you have the potatoes next to the eggs, then the ketchup's okay as long as the right.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Yeah, that normalizes.
If
it.
you have like
Potatoes? Yeah.
when
You
you
need
make
a starch. Do you have a starch in your diet?
Ooh, yeah, there's starch. There's plenty of starch.
so how
I'm overwhelmed
can I be just straight?
Yeah.
Like how serious do you take in comedy? Are you like
I
fucking-
take it very seriously.
really?
I take it very seriously. All right.
Yeah.
That's not good, man.
That's not good, Mom.
So do you work the small room at Flappers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, then you're not taking it that serious. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. No, I really like that. It's a
Well,
good one.
Tim, it was nice meeting you. Go regroup and don't fear don't you come back.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's
Yeah,
see.
dude,
Let's see
dude,
what
seriously.
60 seconds of 11 years looks
fun.
like next time.
Bye,
Put your hands
Tim.
together for Tim McGorry, everybody. There he goes. He's on Twitter at MCGorry, GORRY. Ask, ESQUE. McGorry Ask. It's an interesting Twitter handle.
So are we supposed to comment after, or you just keep moving?
No, we just keep moving. I guess you could ask that question. Do we comment now?
Did you have something you wanted to say that you didn't
Yeah.
want to say
Well, I
near
just
him?
think that I don't think he's telling the truth about he takes it very serious.
Yeah.
I think he fucking is not taking it serious.
You know what? That brings up a good point.
That's
We
true.
should have a lie detector.
No,
Wouldn't that be a fun thing to add to this show?
Yeah.
Like an actual, like, is there a way to do that? They must have something.
Or just like
Let's
go on
look on
Craigslist
Amazon.
and find like some shitty person
Yeah.
who thinks
I
like,
just-
oh, I'm a professional body language reader.
Yeah, we'll hire a mentalist.
Find them off
man.
Craigslist specifically.
Well, can I say
Pauly's
something
right there.
for a sec, because this show is I mean, because
Yes.
I'm not on it all the time, obviously, and I've heard you're judging other people, pretty much, right? I mean, you're commenting.
Not
on-
really, but they sort of,
kinda.
that's not really the way I look at it. Like, we're
Right.
just sort of talking about what just happened.
But I'm trying to bring my mom into this.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, that's where my come from is.
Okay.
See, there's no one here running the Comedy Store. These guys run the fucking Comedy Store.
Not
Back in
really.
the-
I'd have
yes,
better spots
yes.
if I ran the Comedy Store,
Yeah.
Pauly, but go ahead.
I would have
Okay.
spots.
Well, the people, Adam, Eget, Eric,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And all the other people.
They all do a great
There's
job,
no
by the way. I'm
Mitzi
just
Shore
kidding.
here
I love my
anymore. There
spot.
used to be a Mitzi Shore
Never
here.
given me spots.
There used to be someone that would develop the comedians, Roseanne, all these.
Yeah.
There's no one here developing. So this place is just like, so you're pretty much Mitzi Shore. Pretty much.
Well, I mean, not
Give me a
really,
spot.
but
Give me a spot, Tony. Give me a spot.
That's not true.
I mean, there's no one that really. Is Adam doing it?
Of course. What are you
Really?
talking? I mean,
Does he-
come
but
talk
does he-
to me
wait,
after
wait,
your
Does
set.
Listen, does Adam sit that long as you do? With
Adam
these
has
people?
done this show. Adam,
Oh,
Adam,
okay.
yeah, Adam was a guest on the show, I
But
believe.
does he do it downstairs
What are you asking me?
when
does,
the different comedians come up on stage?
does he do what?
Here, he said, Brian. What?
Does he do what?
Brian.
Are you talking about
I'm
development
going to
spots?
answer the
Yes,
question that he
developing.
asked me. Wait, what?
Yeah, developing comedians.
Yeah, I've done 5 development spots, and then I got fired from doing development spots. Not once was
Not
there
cool,
anybody
bro.
in there.
Not cool, bro.
Then you have to say so. You won't. You're part.
You
of-
should be downstairs with Adam. That's all I'm saying.
That doesn't make any sense, Pauly. I'm one of the
Well, we
top
can
young
bring-
rising
we can-
comedians in the world. I'm not gonna go
we
run
can bring
the.
Falstaff into it, maybe. Possibly.
The first development page is through me, Falstaff.
He was amazing. He had elephantitis legs. It was awesome. And he used to
Wait,
wear
the guy
shorts
that would
all the
get-
time.
the guy
he
that
used
would-
to sit right there and play the fucking piano, and he used to fucking make guys blow him for stage time. It was the best.
Could he give it out?
What?
Stage? Could he give stage time?
Yes, we get. You know how like the Comedy Store gives you this room to pretty much do whatever you want.
Yeah.
That's how it was with him. It was the best.
I pulled another name out of the bucket. You guys ready to meet another comedian?
Falstaff.
Put your hands together for Preacher Lawson, everyone.
Yeah, yeah. Cool. I was watching TV the other day, and I seen this dude on Oprah. He has a Guinness World Record for the fastest claps per second, which is pretty stupid. How do you find that out? You know, like it's a little weird. And he does 17 claps per second, y'all. 1,000. That is 17 claps. I got a question. How do you find out that you're the fastest clapper in the world? How do you figure that out? You just had a track meet? You just cheering on your niece? Run, Kathy! Come on! Come on, Kathy! Linda! Get the camera, Linda! I bet they love me at campfires. I can't start a fire. Don't even worry about it, Kathy! Get the sticks, Linda! That's my time. My name's Preacher Lawson.
Boom! He did it again. Preacher Lawson. You've been on this.
He smells good.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
You smell good, bro.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I didn't know
beautiful.
we was all right.
Well, I'm just-
Is there anything better in the world than a fist bump hand grab?
So dope.
Preacher, you've been on the show a few times, and every single time you absolutely kill. It's like basically a big running joke. And you always, it's always in your amazing tone and energy and voice. How do you even find out about somebody clapping 17 seconds?
I was watching Oprah with my mom when I was 17.
Wow, double 17s on that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And it was kind of weird. I was like, bro, what do you, like, how do you, because you know he warmed up in the.
Now I feel like you're sort of lying about the story.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm serious.
I'm
so
kidding.
serious. When I was 17, I was watching Oprah with my grandma. And I just seen it. And then that was it.
You've been actually doing really good. You've been doing college tours, I heard lately. You've been on the road a lot. You've been blowing the fuck up, man, and I'm very proud of you.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. I mean, a lot.
How long you been on stand-up again?
Now I hit 8 years this year.
All right, so you're killing it. You're taking over, just like we said that you would and knew that you would. How long have you been in LA now?
A year.
Right, and since that year, you were immediately on this show. You've been on a few times.
Yeah.
Always a new minute, always crushing.
Y'all got me like 400 Twitter followers. So I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank
look
you
at
so
that.
much. Yeah.
You got
I
that, buddy.
just-
Trust me, a lot of people.
up to 420, man.
Not everybody gets the 400 followers. You did a lot of that work, Preacher. So I guess my question's this: you're doing good. You're making some money. You're doing stand-up comedy. What's going on in like your personal life that's interesting or different?
Oh man, there's nothing really. I mean, I got a girlfriend. We've been talking for. Remember the girl that we broke up and then we didn't. She didn't.
Sort
I
of.
don't remember that.
I remember.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when she broke up with me or whatever, I try to play that like, well, if you do it this way, then we ain't talking anymore. And she was like, all right, and I'm like, no, and I went. I didn't think she was gonna do it, but then she left for real, and I was like, all right. So we got back together, and then we've been together for like since August or something.
Does she taste different now that she's back?
Yeah, man, I was thinking. I was like, this is so weird. This is not hot sauce anymore. Nah, she's.
You can say or do anything, and it's funny, is what I'm figuring out. You can say or do anything. You should be like. Tell me if you had to tell me that I had cancer, how would you do it? I want to see it.
He'd laugh first.
Oh, Tony, you about to die. No, man.
Boom.
I don't play.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yo. He's
I
got to
felt
go.
so bad. Like, it was funny for like 5 seconds. Now I thought about what I just said.
That's what happens when a fucking writer meets up with an actual performer.
Are you
You're a
getting
freak.
are you getting development spots here at all? Have you been offered this at all? Or
I mean, no, not.
isn't that crazy?
This is my
Pauly,
only
you woke a
development
demon.
spot here.
Yeah.
They put me last on the potluck tonight, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, that's good. That's
No,
a good.
that's
good
a highly
spot.
respected spot.
Yeah.
How
that
much-
means they're respected by your peers.
Yeah, how much time do you have like out on the road? How much time do you
I mean, I
do?
can do. I mean, I usually when I do calls,
Do you-
it's about an hour.
You do an hour?
Yeah.
That's a lot of fucking time.
Yeah, and he's high
lot of
energy
material.
too. By the end,
It's
he's
a lot. That's a lot of
Yeah,
time.
I'm down.
Do you open for guys, or you feature, or do you
Yeah,
do that?
you know what? Wherever
Todd
they
Berry.
pay me. I did stand up at a laundromat
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago.
There you go.
Yeah. I was like,
I thought you said wherever they pay you.
huh? Wherever they, yeah, I didn't get paid, but I was trying out new jokes, and then they were open, and
Preacher. I would love to give you a spot Friday at the Death Squad show at the Ice House.
Whoa, look at that. You know what? You're right. I sort of wasn't thinking about this when you were saying
I'm
that,
at the
Pauly, but
Madhouse. I'm at the madhouse.
Ah, fuck off then.
ah,
But what about next week?
The father, the next
Okay,
one.
I'll
Yeah,
follow.
yeah.
Now tell
Okay.
Brian he has
Cool.
cancer.
Okay. You bet that I can.
and I guess that goes worth mentioning when you do say the Mitzi Short thing. One awesome thing that I guess I don't ever give a shout out enough is to Brian giving a lot of people spots regularly at the Ice House over the last few years. So that's a really awesome thing. If anybody is really honestly developing people, it's him. Friday, those shows on Friday nights at the Ice House. The Fang Chows before they work here, the Gerons, the Hormozes, all those guys. I
The
remember.
Joelbergs.
Yes.
Yeah, Joelberg's been hitting almost all of my shows.
What about Renee Lancaster?
I think he's done this show. It's forgettable. I don't know why you would
Josh-
bring him up.
That's Josh Martin's favorite guy.
It's
Josh Martin's favorite guy. Is
Let's
Renee
put that on
Lancaster.
record that Josh Martin's favorite guy is Renee Lancaster. Can somebody write that down for me?
Yeah.
Preacher. If let's say that let's say okay. All right. Let's say that you just found out that I'm trying to think of what like the fucking just worst possible.
I got one.
Yeah, go ahead.
You got to tell my grandmother she's got to go. You're deporting my grandmother.
Yes, you have to deport Joel's Mexican grandmother. Okay.
Or your Mexican grandma.
Okay.
Come
yeah.
to the
Did
door.
they come over illegally or like? Because you're snitching.
I'm not going to
on a
confirm or
live
deny
podcast.
any of this.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm saying hypothetically.
Also, don't hit the mic stand so hard.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
because
okay.
it's
I was
fucking.
gonna kick the mic stand
No,
as his
just-
grandma. All right, like,
Well, you
that
can
was gonna
still
be my
do it,
joke.
but
I
it
was
doesn't
gonna
have to
do
be
it.
so violent.
I
He really does have a good point. It's a distraction.
Yeah.
You're such a great performer that you don't need to do that. That's a habit that I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like
Okay.
people that are mellow, that are like using it for a thing, use more.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
you really don't need. It's it just takes away. And especially on a show like this where it's very much audio based, you know, hundreds of thousands of downloads.
And I have to buy new microphones. You know.
Oh yeah, there's that part. But
Not deport my
it is
grandma.
it is things that sometimes people lean on.
Deport his grandma, yo.
Anyway.
So go for it.
I was
Yeah.
gonna kick
Yeah.
the, you guys know the punchline.
Well, you could still do it, but you don't have
Okay.
to. You can like mime
Okay.
it and shit.
I want to see you like walk into the room, sorta. You know what I mean? Like you're just like.
kick it, like I can still kick it though, right?
Wait a second. What
Yeah,
are you
but
doing?
just-
Wait,
I
what's
was-
going
I
on?
was
Don't
gonna
do.
write
Don't do.
it.
I was talking.
Okay, all
Okay,
right,
stop
cool.
whatever
This is
you're doing with
encouraging me.
Pauly. No, I don't know what's going on
Don't
there.
stop doing it. Get me
Deport
in
Joel's grandma.
trouble. Okay. Wee.
There she goes.
That was good.
Preacher, you're an unstoppable beast. I love guys like you coming on the show and, not being above anything and coming in and wrecking the house. There he goes, Preacher Lawson, everybody. He's on Twitter at Preacher Lawson. I mean, that's blatantly a star of the future. You understand. People like that don't just not fucking make it. One more time for Preacher. Come on. It's not easy, people. Watch all these slouchy, lazy fucks come up here and try to deliver jokes after that.
He did smell good though.
Whoa, we forgot to ask him if he's taking it seriously or not. Now we'll never know.
DVK. I'm loving this. All right, this looks like a new name. Put your hands together for... Is this real? Put your hands together for Kevin Budke.
I don't know if you guys noticed, famous guys are now wearing Gucci purses. Yeah. Russell Westbrook, LeBron James, Drake. So at least the famous black guys. Wow. Black guys are wearing Gucci purses. 2017, what have you done? No, seriously, the other day, I had something happen to me the first time in my life. A lady came up to me and she's like, I've seen you on TV before. It's like, really? You know, I didn't know how to handle it. So I just went with it. I was like, damn right, bitch, get on your knees. No, I didn't say that. I said, so, you want a cookie? And then gave her a cookie. But, yeah, that's what I got. All my new material, it's pretty weak, but thank you.
The saddest thing perhaps one can do is try to beat us to shitting on yourself. There it is. There's that cat. That's a minute.
One decent punchline for you. I'm sorry.
Talking to the mic, Kevin. When you shit on yourself, I want to hear it loud and clear.
And
I don't
when
want
you
to do any of this off
You've
the
been
air
waiting
shit.
for this for a while.
and
Have
make
I?
sure to
Have I been
slam,
waiting for this?
slam the stand down when you do it. When you do it too.
Don't actually do it, Kevin. That's one of those no ands.
That's my favorite non-joke of all time you told tonight. Black guys are wearing Gucci purses. 2017, what have you done?
No. So,
You write that down, man?
did you write it down? That's a good question. With pen and
Honestly,
paper?
I
Or
wrote
on
that
a phone?
On a phone yesterday.
On a phone?
Yeah.
Where'd you write it at? Were you in your apartment?
Yeah.
The pen you wrote it with just called it wants its ink back.
It was good. He stumbled, but it was...
Goldberg, wow. There he is. You've awakened the monster. That's a true Goldberg line. He's pouring water. He's a monster.
Awesome.
I can't believe a pen made a phone call like that to get its ink back. I've never even heard of such a thing. Okay, so...
The paper just filed a sexual harassment complaint. Tony liked it.
This just
Back to you
in.
guys.
This just in. Kevin Budke is still on stage.
How long you been doing stand-up, man?
3 years.
Okay.
What do you do for a living?
Well,
Just tell the truth. I could tell
Right
I
now?
could tell a guy loading up a lie from a
Get ready to throw a right now in there.
right now.
I'm unemployed / helping him with graphic design.
What? You're Pauly's graphic designer? This is breaking news.
I actually thought that was the Hulk thing.
That's exactly what I was expecting. Oh shit.
He was my graphic designer.
It's just in. Kevin Bundy is now completely unemployed. Woo. Wow. This is a special, like, apprentice version of Kill Tony. Nobody's ever gotten fired on the spot. This is great.
Wow. So you taking comedy seriously, or?
Enough to write so much new material that I tried out on a show that I shouldn't be trying on new material.
That's okay.
Still bombing. What was the last job that you had before working with Pauly?
I worked at an airport in Pittsburgh. I moved here at Christmas, and I worked at the airport.
What'd you do? What'd you do at the
I
airport?
thought you worked at the Museum of Natural History
Josh.
as a Neanderthal.
Whoa, reggae. Pat Reggae and Reggae and with the
That reggae.
Pat Reggae. That's it. Yeah.
I did have a joke about looking like
Have
a
you-
caveman, kind of.
Have you ever done this show before?
No.
This first.
Yeah, I was prepared.
This
and
was
then, like,
so. In all honestly, like I met Kevin. He's a nice kid.
Yeah.
You know, I like nice people. Anyways, you know, his comedy's another thing. It takes some time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It takes a lot of time. Obviously, more than 11 years is what we figured
Yeah,
out
so-
earlier.
So he's always, you know, he's one of these guys that's very gung-ho and he's very excited about the business, but the business is a fucking reality.
Yeah.
And this, what happened here tonight, is a fucking train wreck reality.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's you know what I mean?
no.
It's a long fucking gig, and that's why I'm saying a lot of people that do this shit, either you fucking do it or don't fucking do it. And if you do it, then it's going to take a long time.
no, I think it's
gonna
about getting
take a
punched
long
in the nuts
time.
over and over again and just
You know.
learning from it.
I'll tell you
But
this,
shoulda-
man.
I think
shoulda-
I think
but knowing that you were coming up here, you should have prepared more, and you should have fucking killed, dude.
Yeah, no,
What
I
the
should've.
fuck, dude? You have material that could have killed, but you didn't fucking do it.
That's what I
and
don't
now
get.
you
It's-
ate shit, and it's
it's
fucked
1
up.
minute.
It makes me look fucking bad. It's not cool.
Well, I mean,
No, you're right, though. I'm sorry.
whoa. To be fair, like, to be
God,
fair
that was
though,
amazing.
he can always go back to being a bully on Boy Meets World.
Yes. Where are you from?
I'm from Pittsburgh
Pittsburgh. How long have you been here?
since Christmas Day.
Since Christmas. You're still wearing those Pittsburgh clothes.
Day.
Still rocking the Pittsburgh outfits, huh?
He's not on a blow-up mattress anymore, though. So he's got a
I
real
just bought a
mattress.
bed. My
So that's
blow-up
cool.
mattress
He's
on
looking
the
up, and he's either got 2 jobs. He's either got Target or In-N-Out, right?
No, he's
It's,
not. Wait.
you know, it's only up from here.
Wait a second. Are we catching him in a lie right now?
No, he works with me sometimes, but for his job, he's going to either get a job
Oh.
at Target or In-N-Out. Target pays what an hour?
$10.50.
And then In-N-Out is
Oh, your
$12.
voice cracked when you said that, Kevin. That's
No, this is good.
Nuts, yeah.
But the thing is, if he gets his job at In-N-Out, then he can come up here and do some fucking jokes about working at In-N-Out, which I think would be cool.
And you can go animal style on the stage, man.
This guy. You guys are doing great over there tonight without Jeremiah. Oh, my God.
Dude, I would
They're
say
seriously doing great without Jeremiah tonight.
What?
So they're doing great tonight without Jeremiah.
Yes, they are. They absolutely are. But, I mean, that's really not your job to fucking say that, Kevin. At all. What are you trying to do? Win us over
No,
now?
I watched
He
the
should
now-
just
movie,
take
but-
his constructive criticism. Give him his constructive criticism.
Okay, here's some
mince these short.
constructive
Be mince these
criticism.
short.
Are you ready for some constructive criticism, Kevin? How long have you done? 3 years? All of it in Pittsburgh. How many spots a week were you doing in Pittsburgh? Tell the truth.
Like
One.
2.
Yeah,
No,
one.
like 1, 2, yeah.
1 or 2.
Yeah.
Mostly 1?
Sometimes. I worked 2 full-time jobs there. Yeah.
I'm not asking you how many jobs you worked in Pittsburgh. I'm asking you how many times you got up a week.
Yeah, once or twice.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes 4 times.
Keep that
Depends.
music going. I was going up when I was starting stand-up comedy. I was going up here in LA at places like this, grinding and grueling at every open mic, without a car, and I was going up, one spot every 45 minutes, and then I was going to another spot and doing another spot and then another spot. So you basically really fucking just started. So you need to take those 3 years and shove them up your ass and look at it like you're starting, with a clean slate and completely start over. Burn the clothes that you're wearing. Never wear a backwards hat. Take the hat off for a second. Let me see what kind of skull you're working with here.
Oh,
yeah, there you go.
Why are you doing it the backwards, like 80s, like Chuck E. Cheese Domino's pizza thing?
Yeah, what's going on?
It's like you have a power glove that you're about to take out of a suitcase.
I actually had a joke about getting a haircut, too, and I should have fucking done it. I'm sorry.
It's the Berg, bro. You're from fucking Ohio. He's from the Berg.
I know what it is. That's 45 minutes away from where I'm from. That's why I can relate to the sad apparel that he's wearing. The old fourth guy in a gangbang that just pulls his jeans down and fucks with the 2 shirts on and a backwards hat and long white tube socks.
The original Bugle Boy.
White tube socks? Ooh, black tube socks. You rebel.
Can I say something like the criticism you just said, like getting up multiple times a week? I've known, like he said that multiple times. That literally is like watching Preacher. Like people like that develop, they're getting up like at least 10 times a week, if not.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I just. So what are you saying it for? I just said it. Why'd you just repeat back? You're confirming what I just said.
You have no job. You should be going up 10 times.
Don't. Did you ever kill?
You either want to do it or don't.
No, absolutely.
Kevin, how good of a graphic designer are you?
I'm pretty good.
Good. I love you, Kevin. Welcome to the show. You did it, buddy. You popped your cherry. This is either going to fire you up or you're going to be a big baby. But my guess is you're going to start writing jokes tomorrow like you've never written in your fucking life.
Hey, no, thank you. Seriously.
Later, buddy.
Thank you so much.
There he goes. Kevin Budke, everyone. Making a bad example of fist bumping everybody before he leaves. Please don't do that. I hate that. I hate fist bumping people.
Hey,
I don't bring guests on for you don't get pulled out of the bucket for your magical fist bump.
He does the graphics for my new Crackle show.
Yeah, got him. Does he?
Yeah, it's great.
Pauly's got a new awesome show on Crackle called the Pauly Shore Podcast Show.
I guess that's what it's called, yeah.
So check that out on Crackle.
Crackle.com.
Crackle.com. It's a website.
So
What's it on, man?
What?
What's it on, man?
Crackle.com.
Oh, Crackle, yes.
I was pretending not to know. I thought it would be funny, man.
Yeah.
So you know Kevin? You seen him around? The guy that was just here.
I think I've seen him around at some point, yeah. Like around.
Yeah.
At nighttime, like walking around the... I pulled another name out of the bucket. Put your hands together for Aaron Thompson.
So, I'm a police officer, Los Angeles. I ain't gonna shoot nobody, man. Nobody black. I'm pulling all white people over, man. I work in South Central. What are you doing here? Irvine is that way. But I'm a cop and I still get scared to get pulled over, though. I watch the videos. I still get scared. When you hear that chirp, you ever get scared to give it? When you hear that chirp, you get that pucker factor. You know what that pucker factor is, man? When your booty hole go like that, like that, right? When I hear that chirp, I do this. Hey, what do you need? Registration is in the glove box. I'll get it now. Oh, sorry, too fast. I was at work, had a white partner. We had a black dude with a gun. Put your hands up. Come down to your knees, partner. You got it from here? I'm so scared. I'm over here like this. What you doing? Hey, I don't want no confusion. You know how we all look alike, man.
Wow.
Thank you.
Aaron Thompson, that's crazy. Is that true? You're really at LAPD?
I do not lie. Yes.
That is so fucking awesome. Put your hands together for this guy. Working a real full-time job. Working a real fucking job. Being a hero out there. And then actually coming in. Yes, this is your song.
Yeah, man.
For those of you that are listening to the podcast, Joel's celebrating his fun time over there and pulled a bag of pot out, and then remembered that Aaron was like, and hid the bag of pot.
It's totally legal.
It's legal. It's legal. It's legal. He's good. He's good.
Do you smoke a herb?
No. Hey.
Wait a second. 20 seconds ago, he said he could not tell a lie.
No.
Hey, no.
I do not
yeah.
right now.
Just
Yeah.
That's some pro level right now and shit, right?
Yeah.
Right now.
Thank you for that. Now I know how to start answering the cops when they ask me questions.
Always 2 drinks and right now. Just say that shit.
Right now.
2 drinks with a big dinner.
Man, Aaron, that is fucking. How long you been a police officer for?
9 years.
Wow. You're like a real fucking grown man. You single?
No, I am not. I am married.
Yeah.
About to be single.
Did he cheat on you, or what's going on?
Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah.
He's about to cop himself a new wife.
I like that.
Whoa.
Man. So is that true? You really having some trouble with the lady? How long you been with her?
Going on 12 years.
Wow. Whoa, that's crazy.
It's a struggle, but it's all right. It's a good
12 years a slave.
Joelberg. Insanity. He's a fucking. He's on fire right now. Yeah, hold on to it.
Yeah, fire.
He's pouring more water on his face for some reason. On what's mostly an audio podcast, makes sacrifices for the 65 people slammed in a room.
I care about my audience.
Aaron,
you work South Central, so you work the crazy shit.
Yeah, what do you see? Tell us a little bit about it.
Shit. We see a little bit of everything.
What's one of the crazier situations that you've truly been, first responder on or something like that?
A suicide.
Whoa.
In progress?
No. No, we got there, and a guy, I've never seen that in person.
Yeah.
Never seen it in person, man. So that was my first time ever seeing somebody had killed himself in his bathroom, gun on the floor, brain matter on the...
Was it the guy who performed first tonight? Sorry, it's a mean joke. I'm sorry, I take it back.
That's cold.
Wow, Patty motherfucking reggae over there. You guys are
That's my brethren, Patty Reagan.
Yeah.
How much time do you have?
9 years.
No, I stand up. Like how much?
Material.
Like
1 year this month.
okay.
Oh, wow, man. You're freakishly, naturally talented. One of the main things is, so many people are afraid to talk about their real life and real job and real perspective. And, for another perfect example is you work with that last comedian during the day. So you brought up Target and In-N-Out. His answer was unemployed, and sometimes I do. But, for example, had he just talked about applying for jobs at In-N-Out and applying for jobs at Target, something after you could say anything after that, that's hilarious because we know that it's true. You can feel the honesty. So even it's not even about that you're a police officer. It's about that you're talking about real shit and you're using your experience as a perfect valve. It's very impressive because so many people that we get on this show obviously do nothing dog shit all day. They lay in bed so fucking long. They do nothing.
And don't
they
even
do
do
fucking nothing. And then after doing nothing, they take a nap. Meanwhile, you're out there keeping streets safe and having enough common sense and awareness and passion to be able to perform a strong minute set like that. So wait, what was the answer? How much material do you have?
Oh, material?
Yeah.
What's your longest set you've ever done?
The longest I've ever done was 25 minutes.
Wow.
Okay.
What are you comfortable with, though? What's your, I have a good 10, I got a good 5, I got a good...
Whatever you need. That's what
Oh, shit. How about 10 minutes in the evidence locker? How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have a captive audience.
Red band.
To piggyback, I think that you do two things really well at the top that I think you should do is, and I was going to say the same thing about the last guy that we had up here, like talking about, did you say he upgraded from an air mattress, your former graphic designer? So you coming out and saying I'm a cop, right, and then addressing the like, here's who I'm not pulling over, here's who I am, I'm not gonna, I might shoot something, with all of that stuff, and then being able to get into your real life, like heads everything off at the top for the audience. So that's like coming up with that bag of bricks and just dropping that, and then getting into your real shit. Is everybody's with you after that? I thought that was great. Yeah, man.
I'd like to. I think what was amazing about your set. I don't know. I'm doing Italian guy. Okay, what was amazing? Like your set, your act outs. I'm serious.
What
I'm serious.
happened to your reggae
Whoa,
boy?
bruh. Okay, it's back. Yeah, man. Yeah. One love, feeling irie. All right. So, your act outs were like, it was like ballet, man. Your act outs were like dead on to the movement. Your stillness, you stopped at the right time. You moved, like every movement was like very choreographed for a comic, like far advanced past your time doing comedy.
Yeah, it
So
was
I'd like
almost
to
like you were a
compliment.
cop or something. Rum pum rum pum pum.
Aaron,
Bum bum bum.
Where you going, bro? What the fuck?
Aaron.
He's
I
like,
mean,
I'm holding coke. I got to get the fuck out of here.
That motherfucker been sweating since
Cocaine
that set
in my
started.
pocket.
He's on his way to Irvine.
You told him.
If a suicide is the craziest thing that you've seen in person, what's like the silliest thing or the funniest thing that you rolled up on?
Oh my God. 9 years. I could just say the most recent kind of crazy thing I heard was we were doing this apartment check with this guy. He's not supposed to, he lives in the projects. He's not supposed to have anything illegal or even cigarettes or smoke inside the place. We found weed on him, and we don't give a shit. We just like, yeah, whatever. Well, what do you have it for? Well, it's medical. Like, what's your, what's wrong with you? He said, I got bronchitis. No, I promise. I put that on my kid's life. He said bronchitis. Me and my partners were cracking up.
That is so fucking
So what
awesome.
about the most amount of drugs he's ever busted?
I'm not a narcotics officer, so I don't.
He doesn't bust people for drugs.
I don't fuck with that.
Joel's very happy.
That's not my job, man. That's not my job.
Yeah, praise job.
What's mostly your specialty?
To be honest, I work in the projects in Watts. So what we do, we're a community based.
What? Wait,
Watts, California.
What?
Watts.
You know what?
No, I was trying to make a dumb, stupid joke. It really
No,
failed miserably.
I mean, if you do see a white person in Watts, they either do have a Bible in their hand or some drugs up their ass. That's why. And so.
Why wouldn't they just put the drugs in the Bible?
Aphrodite loved that joke.
Oh yeah. What?
And so we are a community-based officer. So we actually try to, get a relationship with the community.
Wait, community-based? What are we
So
talking?
it's not really a
yeah.
cop?
Wait, are you just
Are you
neighborhood
like-
watch?
No. He's
Come on over.
he's
That's
saying
his detail.
Come on over.
No, he's
Not
saying
even a fucking
he's saying
cop,
he's
dude.
saying they
We're
like
trying
get
to
really
bridge that
close
gap.
to
Yeah.
the neighborhood so
We're
that
trying.
yeah.
I know.
Do you wear a cop outfit?
Yes, he's a cop.
It's a uniform.
Do you have a gun?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Your
a.
song was about me today.
Oh, gun in my backpack.
Yes.
Hey, when's the last day you worked, and what did you do?
I'm on vacation right now. The last day I worked.
Or what did you do the last day you worked?
Damn, I didn't do shit. That was a few weeks ago.
Wait, the
remember.
last day you worked as a cop?
No, yeah, I'm on vacation.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Do I
What?
have to show you my ID?
What about
I believe-
what about donuts? You like donuts?
Yeah, you look like you eat like protein.
The first time I
protein
had a donut,
donuts.
I was like, yo, I took a moment. I was like, I'm about to eat a donut as a cop. This is awesome. I was like, this is awesome,
Man,
dude.
dude, I mean, there's, I don't know how that shit works, but you should definitely fucking with the wealth of material that you have. I mean, all of that shit. You've answered every question with a killer thing, just like Preacher with all of his experience and energy has been. And if I were you, one cool thing that I would definitely do with that type of knowledge of all that stuff is I'd figure out how to perform in front of all those cops, the LAPD, when they have like events and shit.
I
I mean,
have.
Oh yeah,
oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Killed it, right?
It was a bunch of sheriffs. They weren't really.
And that's
cops,
been
but
on
sheriffs.
this
But-
past year since you started. Like, I mean, you
Yeah.
just started and just started doing that.
Yeah,
It's fucking awesome.
I'm taking it serious, man.
Well, then, in that case, In that
Fucking A,
case,
bro.
I truly hope you'll come see us again soon. We'll see you.
Protect and serve. Protect and serve.
Put your hands together for Officer Aaron Thompson, ladies and gentlemen. How cool is that?
That is really cool.
Fun episode so far, huh? Well, I think it's about to get more fun. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pretty sure shit's about to take a crazy turn right now. If this is who I think it is, I think we're all in for a very special treat. Put your hands together for Vicky Reagan. Holy shit. Ladies and gentlemen,
Give it up for my mom, everybody!
it's Pat Reagan's mother, Vicky Reagan. Yeah.
I'm not a comedian. I'm a comedian's mom. And he just did the song, Mom Song. 2 years ago, he did it for Comedy Central, YouTube, on Mother's Day. So. And since I'm not a comedian, I only have 2 fans, my son and my daughter. But Tony Tope, and I'm not good with the mic, as you can see. Tony told me, asked me last time I was here about 3 months ago, did I have something funny to talk about Pat? And I was speechless because I don't like microphones. But but I thought of something. Okay.
Make it quick.
We put the cat in the box. We put the cat in the box. Go ahead. Keep going.
Okay, but when
Take your time. It's okay.
when Pat was about 3 years old, and he couldn't say truck. He'd always substitute TR for F. And so one time we were in church, and he, like he said, it was Catholic. We were at Mass, and it was in a very solemn part of the Mass. And what happens is this little kid in front of us has a truck that he's playing with. In the middle of Mass, all of a sudden, Pat gets so excited he can't stand it. He says, fuck, fuck, fuck.
Wow. Standing ovation from the panel for the great Vicky Reagan and the audience. The first ever universal standing ovation in the show's history. Pat Reagan hiding the pot that fell out of his pocket from his mom. Wow.
She's wild.
That is so awesome.
You're wild.
Pat, now I know why you want to hook up with your mom.
Yeah. It's kind of hot. Are you still married?
Yes, 33 years.
Oh,
Do you?
Wow.
Do you guys truck?
No.
My. We have
Test.
All the mics are out except for mine.
Test. There you go. You're good.
That was awesome. Fuck yeah. It's a real live show.
What about Kevin Budke?
Yeah. Oh, man. This
Budke.
Vicky, that is so fucking awesome that you did this. This is amazing because it's really, Pat is one of the most, obviously hilarious, but also like
Sometimes not so obvious.
Tonight for sure, you've just been slaughtering, especially, and he's like a wacky, out-of-the-box comedian is what we would consider Pat amongst us, right? Amongst our peers, sort of like a risk taker, always writing new stuff. And you seem like you're just so proper and Catholic and all that stuff. Where do you think Pat gets this wild side from?
I don't know. We really thought the babies got switched to the hospital.
Yes. Wow. Because he's a little bit like wilder. Is he wilder than his sister too? Is that right? Is it a brother and sister? Right.
Pat was really conservative in high school.
Ooh.
And
Really? Was he
college.
part of the Young Republican Pot Smokers Association? Conservative. What do you mean? What was so conservative about him back in the day? Is this okay that I asked
He
this?
never used the F word.
Really? Only in church?
In high school? Only in church. Only in church. In high school and college.
Wow.
So that was.
Now,
And now that he's a comedian.
That little laugh is everything you
It's
need to know.
so adorable. You explode with charisma after everything that you say. What have you always? What was your like career? Were you just always a mom? I can't tell how much effort you put into Pat. Actually,
A lot. She tried.
I was a dietitian.
oh, cool. I'm pretty sure that's dietitian music. If you haven't heard it before.
Don't eat cherry pie. Or you're gonna have some thick ass thighs.
Joel
Yeah.
Burr. Good fucking Lord. The spirit of Jeremiah is thriving. You guys are fucking wackadoodle.
Now, Pat's always been, I've always known him as a ladies' man. Has he always been a ladies' man his whole life? Is he...
That's a really good question. Pat be fucking. No, I'm just kidding.
Yo.
Jokes.
Yo, just because I haven't done this show a lot and I'm really kind of confused, which one is her kid?
Tony, we got a special caller that
Whoa.
wants to join in, but we
Wait.
have to be pretty quiet about this.
But let's first give him a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, calling in, it's Jeremiah Watkins. And now we silence up all the way. Everybody, shut up. Jeremiah.
Hello. This is very important.
Yes. Yes, go ahead.
Is Pat's mother Vicky there?
Actually, you know, you wouldn't believe it, but she is.
She is there.
Yes.
Okay.
Right here, man.
Is Patrick there? Is Pat Reagan there?
Right here, man. Right here, Jeremiah.
Patrick is here.
Okay. Pat, Vicky and I have been waiting a really long time to tell you this. We don't know how to tell you this, but well, Pat, I've called you my boy for years, and there's a reason for that. And the reason is you're actually my boy, Patty Reagan, because you're my son, Patty Reagan.
Oh, shit!
Mom!
Wow. Is that all you wanted to say, Jeremiah? I love it. Pat, how do you... Yes.
Son, I've been waiting a long time for this. Is there anything you want to say to me?
Obviously, you've been waiting a long time. I'm pretty sure Pat's older than you, Jeremiah.
Don't question the math on how this works. Our love has been burning for a long time.
Oh, man. Almost believable through your laughter.
Can I talk to my sweetums, Vicky?
Yes.
Yes, Jeremiah.
Vicky, I love you. I'll be back in California soon, and we'll square everything away with our son. And I'm so happy that I created such an aspiring artist like our son, Patty Reagan. And you can find his album, if you haven't listened to it already, Bad Chat on Spotify.
Yes, you can find that album. You can find Jeremiah Watkins on a great many things, including the...
Pat's mom.
Yes.
Oh, low blow, man.
Jeremiah, anything else you want to say before we let you go?
No, that's all. Just I'm just a very happy father this Mother's Day weekend. I'm glad I could finally tell my son Patty Reagan how our relationship is going to blossom into the future, and I love you, son.
I love this. Well, there he goes, ladies and gentlemen, the great Jeremiah
Thank
Watkins.
you, Daddy.
A live phone call. Great comedian and the father of Pat Reagan. Vicky.
I'm speechless.
Vicky, how do you feel now that the secret's out about you and Jeremiah?
Well, surprised.
Perfect. Pat, what was it like watching your mom on stage tonight, getting to hang out like this? What do you
It
think?
was cool, man. You know, it's cool. She was nervous and she did it and she killed it. You know.
Yeah, it was. I absolutely agree with Pat. And you have so much charisma. Really, really awesome. And I really, really appreciate you doing that. That was one of my highlights in this show's history. Our first ever Kill Tony mom. There she is, Vicky Reagan, everybody. Come on. Pat's mom. That is fucking awesome. By the way, that was the first ever all-out standing ovation anyone's ever gotten on this show. Very impressive, Vicky Reagan. Holy shit. It's a fucking fun episode.
She's a cutie, right?
Wow.
I'm jealous of Jeremiah.
Hold your tongue, man.
I'll let her hold my tongue.
Anyway, we're going to go back to the bucket in a second. Let's get our regular on stage. Every single week we have a comedian who writes and performs a brand new 60 seconds every single week. So she doesn't get pulled out of the bucket. She literally has been doing this since like her 21st birthday. So
Esther Pavinsky?
No, that's an old reference, Pauly.
I liked it.
Put your hands together. You know her, you love her. It's the great.
Did you have sex with Esther?
That's all. This was all 10 years ago, Pauly.
Oh, you both did? That's
10
hilarious.
years ago. How dare you?
That's hilarious.
Pauly.
I had no idea, I swear to God.
Pauly. Yes, you did know that.
I swear to God, I forgot.
Everybody knows that.
For the listeners, Pauly's making Tony bring his life to the stage.
That's not true. That's not my life. It never happened.
Did you have sex with her here at the Comedy Store?
Tommy watched the whole time.
Hilarious. I thought it was the other girl that's on Saturday Night Live. What's her name?
Melissa Villaseñor.
Yeah, I thought
I thought you meant Leslie.
That was Matt Edgar. Matt was
Oh,
dating
yeah,
her.
okay.
For those of you that don't know who your favorite comedians were dating a decade ago, you just found out. Boom. Like I was saying, this young lady writes and performs a brand new minute every single week. Not easy to do at all. Put your hands together for the great Allie Makovsky, everybody.
Good to be here. I'm getting hotter by day, which is exciting. I'm taking this pill that gets rid of acne, and today's like day 12. And the first month is the roughest month on Accutane. It's what I call the personality phase. People always try and ask like if you'd rather be deaf or blind. I think blind is not the way to go. I'd rather be deaf. People say that love is blind, and I think that just ugly people think that when they've made a mistake. It's kind of like people who have a long second toe, and they're like, it just means I'm creative. I'm like, no, it just means you need to cope with your ugly ass toes. I had a deaf Uber driver, and that was exciting. I noticed that all the Uber drivers I get that are deaf have lower ratings, and I think it's because people don't realize that they're deaf and they're just having one-way conversations with themselves. Okay.
Well, what was the... Go ahead.
And I kind of like having deaf Uber drivers because I don't have to talk to them, but one time I had a deaf Uber driver who was using his hands way too much, really chatty with the hands. And I was like, how do I say 10 and 2 in sign language?
That's awesome. There you go. There's the meat and potatoes of that one. All that stuff you're saying, you just have the most common mistake, even when all the best comedians are just starting out. One thing that absolutely every single person agrees on is that there's a weird thing you do your first few years of comedy where your setups are just naturally too long. We always think that we have to tell everybody everything. Like you said, would I rather be blind? Would I rather be deaf? I don't think blind's the way to go. For no reason, I'd rather be deaf. You know what I mean? Like it's like anything that you can cut out, cut out. You had a deaf Uber driver. He's talking with his hands too much. Is the entire thing. If you said that, he was, if you just get right into it, it's 6 seconds. It's not 24 seconds. You know what I mean? So, and then once you have that momentum built, once you trim out these, and normally they're not always that long, but I'm just saying it just goes to show that it's a natural habitat and a weird habit in comedy that I think everybody sort of goes through.
Maybe the deaf Uber driver said what do you want to listen to? And then he turned on silence.
Yeah, by the time he's talking with his hands and by the time you have that out there, you're going to get a bigger laugh than what you got with that setup.
Yeah.
And you don't really realize it until you try it without the setup. You know what I mean? It just is.
I like the acne jokes.
Yeah,
those are cool. Yeah.
That's all true. We've been following this storyline. The Accutane brings your acne out for it to go away.
You're gonna be a breakout star.
It's true.
Is there any positive effects though? Does it make you wetter or anything like that?
Oh my God, Brian, you're so gross. Where's that police officer at?
No, what it does is it pretty much stops your body from producing oil, so you're dry.
Whoa.
So it kind of has a double advantage,
Why is that an advantage?
Well, a lot of discharge going on, and it just dries it up, so I'm going to have...
Here's your Uber driver.
Okay, it's not that extreme.
Uber's here. Fuck yeah. What else has been going on in life, Allie?
What else has been going on?
Have you been dating anyone? So is the dry pussy affecting or is it dry or is it wet? Now I'm confused.
There's no oils.
When you say discharge, what do you mean?
Well, I have a joke about it. I just
you don't have to say you have a joke about it. You could just go right into the answer.
I mean, it just
make
feels...
it seem seamless, and then it would have been
Okay, great. I just have a really leaky puss, and
wait, is that the joke?
No, it's not the joke. That's whatever. Got a leaky puss, and
I guess
how leaky is it?
It's pretty leaky. Yeah, I don't know. What was the question?
How leaky is your pussy?
Well, no, that's not the question. I guess the question was what's coming out of it? What are you saying? What's it leaking?
It's creamy. It's just creamy.
Discharge.
What's discharge?
I don't know what that is. Is that good or bad?
It's good. It's good. It looks
because
good.
The discharge is what cleans your vagina naturally, but it's just a lot because I'm unhygienic.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's so rough.
But you know what?
What do you mean? Wait, what were you gonna say? I know what.
Audience is startled.
I love that my set had nothing to do with my vagina, and somehow,
well, the first follow-up question, it went straight to vagina.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes. Oh, now that I have a shaved head, I shower so much. It's
Is
great.
that true?
Yeah.
How often?
Sometimes I do it twice a day.
Can we see it?
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah,
what?
It's pretty gross.
It's good Sinead
I thought we were talking about the discharge.
It's not
I
gross.
like it. Looks hot.
It's not gross at all.
No, I think
Well,
it's
I
cool.
You have a lovely
Looks dope.
head.
Thank you.
How's that been going? What's the difference? Ooh, that is a good question. What's the now that you've had the shaved head for a few weeks? What's the deal with guys?
There's no hair to pull if we're making out or something, so they just aggressively rub my scalp. But since I'm on Accutane, my whole body is really dry, so it's just a lot of dandruff.
Oh man.
Why is everyone so grossed out?
Oh, that's so gross.
Have you had sex since you've had your head shaved?
No, I haven't.
Have you given oral sex since you had your head shaved?
Mm-mm.
Okay, that's my only two questions. I'm just saying.
The defense rests, Your Honor.
Pauly knows how to do it.
Because I'm sure if she's giving you orals, it's like your dude's blowing you or some shit.
Yeah.
Because usually, you're holding the hair of the chick, but this is
Right.
like fucking, dude.
You got to lose yourself in the moment.
Quick question.
That's kind of hot in a way, in a little way.
You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow.
It's out for the deco. Knees weak, arms are sweaty. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's
spaghetti. Wait, Daniel's been waiting for this his whole life.
When he drops bomb. Gates on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd goes so loud. He opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. He's choking now. Everybody's choking now. Time's run up. Time's up. Over pounds. Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes gravity. So he's so mad, but he won't go back that easy. No, he won't have it. He knows he's so bad that he's so
This is like the goddamn.
yeah.
Daniel Van Kirk.
My whole life. My whole life. My whole
Ally
life. My whole life.
McCoskey.
All those ellipticals finally made it worth it.
How long do you run the elliptical? Like 8 Mile?
Yeah.
That's an AO? That was in the moment.
I loved it.
How dare you do that?
I have a quick
Yes.
question that you might have covered on other times where you guys are doing this. We had so many people up here tonight that we felt like just weren't digging into, like, minding themselves. One thing for me, if you haven't seen it, Sleepwalk with Me with Mike Birbiglia. And there's that scene where he's just bitching about his life, and Marin looks at him and goes, "That's what you should be fucking talking about." It was right in front of him, but he's like, "Oh, I got this thing about how I feel about funnel cakes." Like, who gives it? Well, funnel cakes are good. But, like, so for you, I wanted to ask you, you've got to come up with a new, and maybe people who didn't do this tonight or want to do this and didn't get picked, what do you look at when you're trying to come up with another 60 seconds every week? Like, what do you
really
mind?
good question.
I was just
Discharge.
thinking about that today.
That wasn't part of the 60.
I was trying to think about that today. Like, throughout the week, I'll kind of be like, what, like, bothers me? But then I get in my head and I'm like, I just sound annoying. Because I'm like, don't you hate? Like, I hate this, this, and this. And then I'm like, okay, but that's not, like, genuine. I'm just, like, trying to come up with things. So sometimes it'll just happen naturally where, like, something will happen and I'll be like, oh, that's, like, something that I'm passionate about, whether it's good or bad, that I can write about. But it's just, like, every week I'm kind of, like, struggling to
You
find
should do a
it.
joke about kickball. I don't know why. I just felt it.
Yeah.
It's probably right.
Next week, stay tuned.
All right, there she goes. The great Ally McCoskey, ladies and gentlemen. You better never let it go. Oh.
Tony, I heard the
Great
cop.
song.
I heard that the cop. Oh, sorry, I'm over.
Maybe you should have rappers now since we started. No?
Joel Jimenez.
I was gonna say the cop. I heard he was in the green room yelling, "King Kong ain't got nothing on me." Wasn't worth it. All right, moving on.
Are you guys ready to go really quickly through one more comedian? I went to the bucket. One more name out of the bucket. Half-ass audience, but we're gonna do it anyway. Put your hands together for Mikey Milios.
No.
Hey, I'm Mikey. I'm from Australia, but I live here. There's a lot of hipsters in LA. I used to not like them up until I figured out what hipsters are. Hipsters is what happens when emos don't commit suicide. So now every time I see a hipster, I'm like, hey, right on, you made it. It gives me hope. It gives me hope. It's I was at a movie theater today and they had a sign out the front that said recording devices are strictly prohibited. But I snuck in a pen and wrote the whole thing down. If anyone's interested, I'll be selling copies of Beauty and the Beast outside. It's a touching story. I have a girlfriend. We've been together 10 years. Nothing. Do you just feel bad for her? Is that what that is? To commemorate our 9-year... I'll just wrap it up.
Okay, go ahead. To commemorate your 9-year what?
Anniversary, we decided to get tattoos because we're classy people. And she got a tattoo on her hip. It's really quite sexy. It says Mikey. And I got a tattoo on my shoulder that also says Mikey, because I misunderstood.
Well, I'll tell you this, is I remember you, and I'm sure you remember being on the show a few weeks ago, and it did not go good at all, right?
Well, it was very sad.
Right. It was a whole thing, and it was just not the right time and this and that, and obviously, you know, something, I mean, I don't know if you just save your best minutes for not your first minute on the show, but obviously this just went a lot better than that did, so it just goes to show fucking, you know,
Thanks.
Stick with it. Don't give up, because you were fucking horrendous a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And that just went extremely well, correct? You feel good about that, right?
Good job, man.
That's the end of the show. Unfortunately, we have to wrap it up due to time. That's Mikey Milios, everybody. There he goes. Obviously a Greek-Australian. Look at tonight's drawing. Make noise. Hey, Planet of the Weasels. Look at that. Ryan J. Ebelt. That's fucking awesome. Wow. All those prints are available at RyanJebelt.com. Also, he sells the original artwork on that website as well. That's all available at RyanJebelt.com. So is the new Phil Tony poster.
Can I say, you guys, congratulations for Tony for having a fucking awesome show. Seriously.
Hey, thanks, Pauly.
Seriously.
Pauly Shore's podcast show is on Crackle. And he has he's in the new Sandy Wexler movie on Netflix. Adam Sandler's new movie.
Yes.
Yep.
And just follow me on Twitter, too. It's fun.
Pauly M. Shore. Daniel Van Kirk. Make some noise for Daniel Van Kirk, ladies and gentlemen.
Dumb People Town on Feral Audio and this season of Bob's Burgers.
With the Sklar Brothers, Dumb People Town. I absolutely love it. I went and saw it live when I was in Austin, Texas at Moon Tower when we all got to work together. That was a blast. Make some noise for the great Joel Jimenez, ladies and gentlemen.
I think today is like my 1 year anniversary on this show.
1 year anniversary on this show.
Also, happy Mother's Day to my mom. Thanks.
How about the great Vicky and Pat Reagan, everybody, huh? Patty's got a new album out called Bad Chat. I love all of his work.
Reagan and Watkins have a new sketch online right now on YouTube.
It's very, very funny. I
Check
saw
it out.
I'm doing the Monster Energy tour in June. Check out those dates at TonyHinchcliffe.com. Live audience, thank you so much. Good night.
When he goes